Before it was a classic, it was just a memory.
The first phase of the First World War was the bloodiest. 1914 was an absolute bloodbath.
German, French, and British armies clashed like crazy giants in the battlefield of France. Entire companies were sometimes wiped out in one day's battle. Remarque went off to war, and his life changed forever. The Great War changed the lives of everybody it touched. From his experience burst forth the character of Paul Baumer, an image of youth and innocence. All Quiet on the Western Front has the simplest of plots. It drops us into a world of death and dying. This simple story has been called the greatest anti-war novel ever written.
It is a mythological novel because it describes senseless dying more simply and more completely than any novel I've ever read.
Remarque was only 18 when he was drafted. He was eager to serve. Every country began the war in a burst of patriotism, sending their sons off to fight.
You are our iron youth. You will all respond. The entire class will go as one man to serve the fatherland.
Remarque tells the story through the eyes of a young German student, Paul Baumer. In the 1979 movie, we see Paul swept up by the war. He has no idea what lies ahead.
It's the custom to assign one old hand to every new platoon.
The reality is brought home by an older veteran, Cap. He tells them what they really need to know.
In training camp, they fill you full of fancy information on how to be a soldier. We're going to work hard to forget all that.
The young men have been sent out straight from high school into battle. They have been betrayed, tricked, if you like, by their teachers, by their parents. They were sent out into this totally strange alien environment, and they learn very quickly indeed that everything they've learned so far has been meaningless.
They were supposed to be the ones who would help us 18-year-olds to make the transition, who would guide us into adult life. We believed in them. Our first experience of heavy artillery fire showed us our mistake, and the view of life that their teaching had given us fell to pieces under that bombardment.